be familiar with coral reef. We usually see them on television, in ocean documentaries, or in the movie many of us grew up watching, which is Finding Nemo. But have you ever wondered, what exactly is a coral reef? Coral reefs are not just rocks under the sea. Coral reefs are built by millions of tiny creatures called coral polyps. These polyps build their home out of calcium carbonate, which eventually will harden into rocks. Over time, layer by layer, these skeletons stack up, forming the stunning reefs we see today. They look so magical, full of bright colors, unique shapes, and countless fish swimming through them. And where can we find them? Some of the beautiful coral reefs are right here in Malaysia, like the famous Sipadan Island in Sabah or Perhentian and Redang Island in Terengganu. Now, I'd like my friends to dive deeper into this topic.
We will talk about the importance of the coral reef in the ecosystem. First of all, coral reef, which is known as the rainforest of the sea, are among the most diverse ecosystem on Earth. Even though it only covers less than 1% of the ocean floor, it supports the life of the around 35% of the marine species. The creatures such as fish, crustaceans, sponges, and countless microorganisms depends on the reef to provide them food, shelter, and also breeding ground for their species.
Other than that, the coral reef also important in climate regulation and carbon cycling. So, the corals build their skeleton from calcium carbonate, a process which locks away carbon and helps regulate the ocean chemistry. A healthy reef also support nearby seagrasses and mangrove, which are important blue carbon ecosystem that capable of storing a large amount of carbon. So together they will mitigate climate change.
And this microscopic algae will provide energy to the coral reef by up to 90% of the energy by the process photosynthesis.
Next, the importance of coral reef is it acts as a nursery ground for marine life. So, many fish and invertebrates spend their early stage of life cycle in the coral reef habitats. The complex structure of coral reef provides shelter for the marine life, and the abundant food supply support the rapid growth of this marine life. So, it is vital to maintain the nursery ground because it will control and sustain the commercial fish population, which in turn will support global fisheries.
Coral reef will also act as a natural barrier to prevent flood and also coastal erosion from happening. The coral will absorb the energy from extreme storm and also wave.
Lastly, coral reef is important in providing medicinal resource. Many marine organisms that live in coral reef secrete unique chemical compound for defense. This compound is being studied for its potential in providing new medicines, including treatment for cancer, arthritis, infection, and other diseases.
I bet all of the explanation got you curious about what types of species that can be found in the ecosystem. Well, worry not. On this particular day, I'm going to talk about two types of species that can be found in the Malaysia coral reefs. The first species that I'm going to talk about is a species of fish called parrotfish, or known by the scientific name, scary name. Parrotfish diet consists of algae, fish eggs, and live coral.
The fish characteristic is very unique, and it can be easily identified by their big-like jaws that serve a functional purpose to crunch rocks and corals while feeding on algae. While parrotfish length may vary in certain species, like bobcat parrotfish can reach 2 meters in length. Also, did you know that parrotfish also contributes to the ecosystem? Yes, they help to prevent overgrowth and allow the coral to thrive. On to the second species that I'm going to talk about is the marine vertebrate. Marine vertebrate comes in 5 extant classes like sea star, sea cucumber, river star, feather star, and sea urchin. However, the topic that I will break down today is sea urchin. Sea urchin, or known by its scientific name Echinodia, feeds on algae and seaweed. Generally, sea urchin can be identified by its spherical shape and is covered with a long, movable spine to help them adapt to different parts of the ocean. Not to forget, sea urchin also contributes to the vegetation growth in the ocean, same like parrotfish.
I'll be taking over from Damia. For the next species I'm going to talk about is seagrass. The scientific name of seagrass is MALAYSIA hempicae. It is a photosynthetic plant as it makes its own food using sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide. Seagrass looks like underwater grass with long and flat green leaves. It usually grows in shallow, muddy, or sandy seafloors, which form a large area called seagrass meadows. Unlike algae, seagrass is a flowering plant because it has roots, stems, and leaves. The length of each leaf is about 20 to 30 centimeters long. It plays a very important role in the ecosystem. It provides food for the marine herbivores like sea turtles and dugongs. It also helps keep the surrounding water clear and preventing erosion. For the next species, we have the brown seaweed. The scientific name of brown seaweed is Agassium polysystem. Just like seagrass, it is also a photosynthetic plant, making its own food using sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide. Brown seaweed has a bluish green color and also has small round air bladders that helps the plant to float near the sea surface. It also has long, branching fronds that can breathe freely or attach to rocks. Brown seaweed can grow up to 1 until 2 meters long. Its ecological importance is also very significant. Brown seaweed produces oxygen and absorbs carbon dioxide, which helps in maintaining a healthy marine environment. Other than that, brown seaweed also helps in reducing wave energy, which then protects coastal areas from erosion.
Did you know what is the conservation of coral reef? First of all, coral reef can act like natural barriers. They have a very unique structure that can break the force of waves before they can reach the shore. So, coral reefs are more than just beautiful underwater world. They are powerful protectors of our coast and also vital habitat for marine life. Also, coral reefs are home to an incredible variety of marine life. They provide shelter, food, and breeding ground for the most of species, making them one of the most diverse ecosystems on Earth. They also prevent coastal erosion by weakening waves, protecting beaches, shorelines, and coastal communities.
So, to wrap it up, coral reefs are not just a colorful underwater views. They are home to thousands of marine species, and they even support people's life around the world. It is our job to protect them. Let's appreciate coral reefs for their life, beauty and protection they give us. With our care and effort, we can hope to see them thrive for generations to come.